Okay, I'm back. I am sorry about that, but I had to take that. Um, I'm sorry to also have to say that I'm going back to work, but I'm getting my old job back. It's just part-time, and it's very flexible hours, which I need, so that I can still help my daughter with the boys and help with my granddaughter over the summer. But I have to pay for a new roof on my house, and I'd already booked the cruise that I'm going on, and it just, you know, my shop is doing well, but it's not making that much money. So it just happened that my old position with Hallmark opened up again, and they're very excited to have me back on board. So that was my regional manager. He was calling for a phone interview, but he called a half hour before I expected him to, because that's when he got free. So I thought I had time to do a video before he called. So anyway, all of that to say that I had to take the call, and I am going back to work. So I will have less time in my shop, to do things for my shop, but I'll still be making journals. I'll still be working in my shop. Especially in the summer. We don't get a lot of hours in the summer. There aren't any big card holidays in the summer. So once Father's Day is done, then there's no, they do a changeover from Father's Day to whatever they're going to have up in the summer. And I'm going to miss that because I'm going to be on a cruise. So that's fine with me. I get to start out slow because the summertime will be slow. Okay, I like that, having a little strip on top and a little piece of music paper. I think it needs one more thing so it can be an odd number. That's too big. Don't like that. Maybe that little piece of lace. Okay, I'll glue these on, but I want to sew the card on first. So that book, I just have to put it together and sew the pages in, and that booklet is done. I just thought that just as I'm thinking I really should probably go back to work, and I talked to my financial advisor, and he's very low-key. He doesn't push me into anything. He's very gentle with me. Very understanding. And he said, you don't have to be in a hurry, but an income would be good. So when the right job comes along, that would be good. And this job, I talked to my former coworker there, and she was about ready to quit because the lady that she was working with wasn't very much help. And when I told her that I was thinking about coming back, she said she would stay if I came back. And God opened up that position for me. I know He opened it up for me just when I realized that I needed it. I'm not doing a lot of inking on this book, but I just think these pieces need it so they're not all blending in together. Oop. And one more. There. Now, what am I going to do with the booklet when they're done? I have to have a place to put them in the journal. And the journal is not very wide. I'm wondering if it should go on the cover. In the back or in the front. I think I'll put it in the back cover. Just trying to decide if I wanted it to be a different ledger paper or the same as the cover. I'll make it the same. And I'm going to sew that on also. I need a new, I'm going to try punching aluminum foil with this, but I have a hard time with this 1 3/8 inch punch, and I tried to find one that size at Hobby Lobby, and they don't have one that size because the Paper Studio items were half price. So I thought if I could find one, but nope. I'll decorate this somehow too. You know what I need to do? I need to print the pages that I'm going to use. I haven't decorated this one yet, so I will reprint this one and cut this one up right now. Where'd my little scissors go? Oh, I think I took them somewhere. There's my other ones. I'm missing one of my little pairs. Pair of scissors, little ones. All right, now, what am I doing? This. I'll take a half of that doily. I could use some of the pieces from her digitals that I used for my submission for the design team, but you know, because it's all Artzology, but I want you to be able to emulate this with just these two kits if that's what you'd like to do. So that fits just about perfectly there. Oh. Can't go wrong with music paper, right? Once you start doing a little distressing, seems like you have to keep doing it. So if you want to see what else I made with Artzology's digitals, I'll try to remember to link the video of the little journal that I made with, she has a kit that looks like inter-office envelopes, but they're smaller and they're colored, pastel colors, and I printed them on parchment paper and made a little journal out of them. 3 envelopes with some other pages in between from Artzology. So she has a lot of really cool things in her shop. And by the time I get to my sewing machine, that will be dry, so I can stitch that on. And I wonder if that book will fit in there. I don't know that it will. I might have to cut it just a little bit, but we'll see how it goes once I sew that in. I don't think I have a scrap of that one because I used it. There's a scrap of it, but it's too small. I used the bigger scrap. I have this one. This one goes there. So I'll use this for both of these two. So I think these journals are going to actually be larger than Traveler's Notebook, because I wasn't concerned about making them to fit into the Traveler's Notebook cover. I just made it, made the covers a little bit larger than the pages from the kit. So they're just tall, skinny journals. This is another page that I can cut up. this one. I have another half a doily here too. Little copper tea kettle. And I can use all the pieces that are left over from cutting up these papers in collages. So they won't be going to waste. Our weather has been very lovely for the last 2 days after our terrific storms that we had. It's been not rainy and not too hot, with a nice breeze. I wish it could stay like this all summer. I'm not one for the heat, but I know it won't stay like this. But for part of the hot summer, I'll be in Alaska. Not the hottest part of the summer, but at least I'll get through the month of June by going to Alaska. I'm not being extremely precise here. I don't think I need that. Maybe it's just a little weird to have a teapot with a cherub. is it? I'm thinking and thinking and thinking. I can even cut up my little journaling cards. The fun thing about having digitals is you can cut them up and reprint them. Of course, it takes more ink, but you're getting what you need. This Traveler's Notebook kit doesn't come with ephemera, but you can print extra pages and cut out your ephemera. I didn't even look to see if she had an ephemera kit to go with this, but I didn't see it, so I don't think she has one. But it's fun to make your own ephemera. That's much better. I know some of you are waiting to see my finished ephemera folio for my postage stamps, but I didn't get it finished yet. I have to make another page because I have too many stamps for what I have, and then sew it together. But I didn't have time to. I started it on Sunday, and I didn't have time to do any crafting at all on Monday and Tuesday, and I really have to get these DT projects done. But I will show it to you. I've also had a lot of comments that the acetate won't stick with the glue. So it had seemed to be sticking. I put stamps in it, but I want to just verify that it's going to stick without, if I, pull on it enough to get stuff in and out of it, if the acetate will stick before I sew everything together. So that's something I have to experiment with too. Somebody said that they were going to sew their acetate on one side of the paper, maybe use thinner paper, thinner cardstock. I'm not using very thick cardstock, but then sew the 2 pages back to back. So that would make the pages sturdy. So that's a possibility. I don't know what I'm going to do, but just didn't have time to deal with it. And I don't like leaving unfinished projects. Okay, so that one can go in there. Oh, that looks good with that. I don't want to put it, I could put it on the bottom. All right, I think it's time for me to turn the camera off and go do some sewing. So I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.